came. It was dynamic. Right? These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruit unto God, unto Yahweh, and the Lamb, Yahweh Shah. Okay? Alright, let's get to this verse, right? And it says, and in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh. We could be those men. What we're doing right now it could be a clear indication that we are those men. You're doing that duty of Yahweh Shemel Shah, you can get that crown. He could put one of those crowns on your head. He got one of those crowns. One of those crowns could be put on your head. Right? Alright, now let's get to the meat of the matter, right? So, alright, so I was like, I was looking for verses, right? I ran this verse was just, that's why it was spiritual, man. It was spiritual. Because I picked the last one, and I know it wasn't me. I went down and said, oh damn, this one. It was accurate. Right? And so I'm just gonna get to the meat of the matter. Alright, let's go what happened to Yahweh Shah. Alright, let's go what happened to Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah was blank. He didn't do nothing wrong. That's why when he get back, he's going to handle his business. Right? I'm just going to read a little bit of this. It says, let me see. Alright. I'm just going to, let me see. Let me see. Alright, it says, I'm just going to read it. I'm just going to read Luke chapter 23, verse 1. And the whole multitude of them arose and led him unto Pilate. Right, this is Yahweh Shah. And they began to accuse him, saying, We found this following perverting. Alright, let me see. Salah here. Alright, let me see. Because I was just like,
fellow.
Yeah, Salaki. Alright. We found this fellow perverting the nation, forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is Hamashiach, a king. Right? This is the damn bum ass niggas, but you know what? Some could have been of the righteous too. Because it happened. Because some of those people could have been like, oh, now they asked forgiveness when they saw them glorious things happen when they put him on the cross. And Pilate asked him, saying, art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, thou say it. Thou sayest. I wish I said, well, you said it. Right, he did. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and the people, I find no fault in this man. And he didn't say nothing wrong. Right? And they were more fierce. Right? That's fierce? Salakia. Let's see.
Fierce.
Yeah. They were more fierce, saying he stirred up the people, teaching throughout the Jewry, being from Galilee to this place. Alright? The point, you got the point. Alright? Man, Pilate didn't find no fault in him, right? So that was just a when I was reading this is what I got. So I read that and I was like, oh man, Yahweh Shah didn't do nothing wrong. And we did shit wrong. We did shit wrong, bro. But Yahweh Shah, he being that man, oh man, I had that verse yesterday. The preparation, alright. Our lawyer, so to speak, he goes in front of the Lord and said, listen, this guy right here, this is what he's doing. You know, he did this, but I'm seeking mercy for him. Alright? Let me see. Alright. I want to read this anyway. So I read these verses. So I was just like, before I got to the meat of the matter, I read these verses, and I was just like, wow. And I read this one, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 27, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, right? That's Yahushua, not having spot or let's see what this word says. Salakia. I'm bad with
wrinkle.
Wrinkle, right? Yeah, straight, right? It doesn't say that, but I'm sure. Without line, without wrinkle, right? Or any such things, but that it should be holy and without blemish. That's Yahushua. Alright, and in this church, that's what's happening. He by him doing what he did, he cleaned us. What he did cleaned us. So he ironed out our situation. Okay? He ironed out our situation. Alright, now I read that one. I was like, wow, man, that was crazy. And you know, as I was going, I was like, man, and you know what? I didn't tell you what happened. I didn't extrapolate what happened in between all this when I was getting these verses, okay? Which got me up for doing this video right now. And it's on my time right now. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and this had I happened like 2:30. Okay, maybe 2:30. Alright, so whatever. Anyway, what led me up to getting these verses and making me feel how I feel, good, with joy, is because I feel like he scooped me, man. He scooped me up, man. Right when I'm about to hit the ground, every time I'm about to hit the ground, he scooped me. And it'd be some serious falling. And you know what? My damn demon just said that, man. She was like, oh, it looked like you was about to give up. And then I get scooped. I don't know. Now I know. Okay. Okay. And Abba Ratazah, for, you know, I'd always think about this, and I think the apostle said this. He said, "Catch all your hell now," because what I'm just paraphrasing. He said, I don't know which apostle said it, but he was like, you might be catching all your hell now, so when the real hell come, you might just be able to, the Lord might just maneuver you through it. Alright? So it says right here, Colossians chapter 1, verse 22. The body of his flesh through death to present you whole. I just said this. See? I just said this, bro. Just said this. Let me see let me go up one verse. Hold on. Hold on for a sec. Man knows. Just said this, bro. I just said this, bro. I just said this. Alright, I said this. Right? He said, look. I'm just gonna stick to this verse right now. That's not. Maybe I'll go one. Alright, yeah, we go one down. Alright, it says Colossians chapter 1, verse 22. In the body of his flesh through death, to present you, us, Kum Yashala, us, to you, to present you a holy and unblameable and unreprovable in his sight. In his sight, in Yahweh's sight. He did this to take us to present our sins. Listen, this is what he told us. This is what Yahweh Shah is telling Yahweh. Listen, This guy, he's a fucking idiot. But let's give him a chance because this is written. You wrote this already. You know our lives is already written. What we gonna do? You don't know. So Howard knows already. Howard Shot gotta be the lawyer, the ultimate lawyer. All right, let's read this verse one time. In the body of his flesh, through death. Yahweh Shah got put to death. We just read that. The fucking same people turned them in to present you holy and unblameable. We are unblameable right now. We could potentially be those dudes that was with him. Right? To present you holy and unblameable and unreprovable in his sight. If you continue in the faith, grounded and settled, and not move away from the hope of the gospel which ye have heard. Listen, bro, I was there. Sometimes you forget, but through the spirit, this came out right now. The verse came right after this one. I didn't say go out, was gonna go up. Then